So good morning. Today we are going to design counterfort type retaining wall. So for this following data, as you can see there. So first one is the height of the wall above the ground level 6 meters, and safe bearing capacity of soil at the site is 160, and the angle of internal friction is 33 degrees, and density of the soil is 16, and spacing of the counterfort, the distance between one counterfort to another fort, that one is 3 meters. So material concrete grade is M20 and first steel Fe415. So we have to sketch the details of reinforcement also in this retaining wall. The same data we mentioned in the given data here. So height of the wall we are mentioning as a H dash, and safe bearing capacity soil as a rho, and angle of internal friction 33 degrees, pi, nothing but this one is the pi. So density of soil gamma E, and spacing of the counterfort L, and FCK is 20 and Fi is the 415. So as you can see, the step 2, when you are finding the dimensions of the retaining wall. So first one, you have to find out the minimum depth of the foundation, that is equal to nothing but rho by gamma E into 1 minus sin pi by 1 plus sin pi whole square as per the Rankine's formula. So here gamma, nothing but safe bearing capacity of soil is 160, and gamma E, density of the soil is 60, divided by 1 minus sin 33 by 1 plus sin 33. You will get approximate value 1 by 3 only. So when you are calculating, you will get the 1.2 meters. So next one, over height of the wall. Capital H is equal to height of the wall above the level, ground level, H dash, plus depth of the foundation, 6 plus 1.2, 7.2 meters. And the thickness of the base slab is equal to 2 into L into H. L is nothing but spacing of the counterforts here. And capital H is overall height of the wall. You are getting 43.2 centimeters when you convert this one into 450 mm. So this one is the thickness of the base slab. Next one is the base width, that is equal to 0.6 h into 0.7 h. H, when you completely multiply with the overall height of the wall, you will get the 4.32 or 5.04. When you have to take the least value, so nearly you are taking the 4.5 meters, because you can't make that accurate measurements for 4.32 like that. So when you are making the toy projection is equal to 1 by 4 into base width, nothing but this one is the width of the toy. So 1 by 4 into 4.5, this one is equal to 1.1 meter. So whatever we mention the dimensions, we will mention in the diagram. As you can see here, this one is a counterfort retaining wall. So this one is a stem, this one is a base slab, this one is the counterfort. This one is mentioning toy projection, this one is mentioning the heel slab. So here toy projection 1.1, approximately 1 meter. So height of the wall above the ground level is 6 meters. And here depth of the foundation 1.2. Overall height is nothing but 6 plus 1.2, 7.2 meters. And here thickness of the base slab. Thickness of the base slab 450 mm, nothing but 450 here. So when you want the only stem height, complete 7.2 minus 450, you will get the 6.75 meter. So here toy width is 1 meter, and complete width B overall when you take in this one is the 4.5 meters, and the thickness of the stem is 220. So when you make 4.5 minus 1 meter plus 0.22, you will get this a 3.28 meter, nothing but width of the heel slab. Clear? So this one is the width of the stem part. The same dimension you will get here 220. So when you take in completely from here to here, if you make this 2 dimensions minus, you will get the 3060 meters. So this one is the complete measurements of the counterfort retaining wall. So as you can see, the next step is design of the stem part. First you have to find out the pressure intensity at the base point as per the Rankine's formula, gamma E into H into 1 minus sin pi by 1 plus sin pi. Pressure intensity you are mentioning with the capital P symbol. So here small h is equal to overall height minus this thickness of the slab, nothing but you will get the 6.75 only. So here P is equal to gamma E 16, density of the soil into 6.75 by 1 by 3. So you will get the pressure intensity as a 36. So maximum working moment if you want, that means pressure into L square by 12, because pressure is uniformly acting throughout the stem part here. Clear? So here 36 into 3 square by 12 spacing of the counterfort. You will get the working moment as a 27. If you want the factor moment, you have to multiply with the 1.5. You will get the ultimate moment. So when you see here, effective depth formula, small d is equal to square root of mu by 0.138 FCK. So mu means ultimate moment. So FCK means grade of concrete 20. B means per meter how much it is acting the effective depth. So when you are getting almost 125 like that, nearly you are assuming as the effective depth as a 175 mm. And adapting the retaining wall thickness here, stem thickness as a 220 mm. So reinforcement in the stem part, how much you have to create means mu is equal to 0.87 Fi ASTD into 1 minus Fi AST by FCK BD. So when you substitute all the values here, AST will be the unknown. You will get one equation in AST square, A square plus something formula. You will find the AST. After finding the main reinforcement in mm square, you have to adopt any mm diameter like a minimum or maximum. So 12 mm diameter we taken for 700 mm square with the 150 mm center to center spacing. So this one is a main reinforcement. For the distribution reinforcement, small AST is equal to 0.12% into gross sectional area. For this one, 0.12 by 100 into here B 10 cube and D small effective depth, nothing but here they are taking as a thickness 220. So you are getting 264 mm square per meter. So adapting minimum dimension, minimum diameter 6 mm diameter with 200 mm center to center spacing. So in the next stability computation, you have to check the here upward pressures and downward sulfides also, W1, W2, and here in the middle of the thing we'll get the W3. So when you're finding the stability conditions as per the previous procedure, you already seen W1, W2, W3, these are the sulfide of the stem, slab and backfill area, and moment due to the earth pressure, it's coming on horizontally. So when you take in the load up to this one, depending on the formulas, and distance from A, from the projection starting of the heel slab, so you find the moment here, load into distance, you will get the moments. So when you take in the summation of the moments, distance of point of application you will find as a resultant. So small z is equal to sum of the moments by sum of the forces. You will get the some distance of point of application. For eccentricity has to know small e is equal to z minus b by 2. This b is nothing but the complete base width of the toy slab. So here 2.66 minus 4.5 by 2, you will get the 0.41. This value has to be less than base width by the 6. See, it is less, so it is safe on the job. So when you are finding the maximum and minimum pressures at the base, these are the four formulas. For P maximum at the toy point, and P minimum at the heel point, and P CDIF at the stem connection point, and P EFI at the toy connection point. So depending on these formulas, you will find these values here. So after finding these pressures, you are going to design out the toy slab here. So for toy slab, you will find the same procedure, upward pressures and sulfides, both at the toy slab and above the slab. So magnitude of the load when you take in here CDJF and EFI at the toy projections only, and you have to multiply with this load into distance, you will get the moments here. So upward pressures, nothing but retaining wall is like this. Sulfides is both are coming on the positive downwards, and upward pressure is going in the minus. So depending on these forces, you will find the maximum working moment in the toy slab. So positive moments minus negative moments, you will get the working moment. So for ultimate moment, mu is equal to working moment into factor of safety 1.5, you will get the ultimate moment. After finding this one, you have to effective depth of the toy slab. We already know that depth of the toy slab is the 450, but here for making the clear cover as a 50 mm, you will get the 400 mm for effective depth. So for total direction, when you take in here for reinforcement purpose, main reinforcement, this is the basic formula as per the IS 456 page number 96 there. So substituting all the values when the AST is unknown here. Here effective depth means you are taking the exactly with the making the minus of clear cover. So after finding AST here, depending on the reinforcement, main reinforcement you are providing 12 mm diameter with the minimum 150 mm center to center spacing. And distribution reinforcement as you can see here, so 0.12% into gross sectional area. So when you take in the cross sectional area, here you are taking complete overall depth, not effective depth. So you are taking the 450. So depending on the finding the reinforcement, you are providing the minimum diameter with the spacing center to center spacing here. So next step, as you can see, the design of the heel slab. So considering 1 meter wide strip on the heel slab, upward soil pressure P minimum is the 45. So when you take in the directing downward pressure, this one is upward, nothing but P minimum is plus 45, here it will become minus 45. And weight of the soil on strip is equal to density of the soil into height of the stem point, 6.75. So self weight of the strip is equal to nothing but thickness of the strip into 25. Density of the concrete, you are multiplying with this one, total load you are getting that one. So for this one, after finding the net downward pressure, W is equal to total load divided by BH by 2. You will get this value. So from the spacing of the contour fort, you already know L is equal to 3 meters. So for maximum working moment, we already know the formula WL square by 12. So when you substitute this value, you will get the working moment. So design ultimate moment is equal to MU into 1.5 into working moment. Nothing but 1.5 into 55.35 here, 83 kilonewton per meter. So when you substitute this value here, MU, because it's in kilonewton per meter, you are converting to Newton per mm. So 0.87, Fi is the 415, AST unknown, D 400, effective depth, and Fi 415, FCK 20, and B is 1000, D is 400. So AST you are getting here 600 mm square. So for the main reinforcement, you are providing the minimum diameter, 12 mm diameter with the 150 center to center spacing. For the distribution reinforcement, as you can see this formula, small AST is equal to 0.212% into gross sectional area. So this one is the capital D. No need to get a confusion, this one is the overall depth. So for depending on the reinforcement, you are providing the minimum reinforcement with diameter and spacing. So next one is the counter fort designing. So when you are providing the thickness providing at the top point, as you can see in the diagram, so stem thickness is 220, and apart from that one you are providing another 220 for connecting with the counter forts here. So you are getting 440 mm. So after this one, so after finding the thickness of the counter fort TC that we are mentioning, maximum working moment in counter fort MW is equal to CA into gamma E H cube by 6 into L. Here CA is 1 by 3 and gamma E density of the soil is 16. Small h is nothing but height of the stem, 6.75. L is the spacing of the counter fort as a 3. So when you multiply this all the values, you are getting 820.12 kilonewton per meter. So after finding this one, factor design moment, nothing but you have to multiply maximum working moment into factor of safety 1.5. So after multiplying with the 1.5 into 820.12, you will get the near 1230 kilonewton per meter. So as usual, same procedure. When you want the main reinforcement, you substitute this formula as a ultimate moment. 1230 into 10 power 6 is equal to Fi 415 small d overall depth. So when you substitute this all the value, you will get the AST here. So when you find the complete area of the steel reinforcement, for the minimum distribution reinforcement, we have the separate formula, no need to multiply with the cross sectional area, because for the counter forts we are not providing as a rectangular to provide with the cross sectional area. So for here minimum reinforcement, small AS is equal to 0.85 BD by F5. So depending on this one, you will provide the minimum bars with the minimum diameter. This one is the AST required, you are providing AST provided here. So next step is the curtailment of the bars. Nothing but in the previous video we already discussed, from when you are providing the counter forts at the top way, from 1 meter distance how much you are providing, 1 bar how much has to be curtailed, like that. So this is the formula, n minus 1 by n is equal to h1 by hs square. So when you find this completely, h1 is equal to how many meters from the top and h2 is equal to how many meters from top, you have to curtail the reinforcement there. So next step is the connection between the counter fort to upright slab. Nothing but this is the counter fort, this one is the top slab. So this connection has to be designed. So for consider bottom from 1 meter of the upright slab, from here to 1 meter consider that one. So pressure on the slip P is equal to, because this is maximum occurring with the backfill pressure only, P is equal to 36. So total load pressure, lateral pressure is equal to P into L minus T. So you will find the factor force 1.5 into total lateral pressure. So reinforcement required per the meter height is equal to factor force divided by 0.8785. You will get the area of the steel reinforcement. Depending on the reinforcement, you are providing the minimum diameter with the center to center spacing. In the same way, connection between counterfort to upright slab. Now here we are providing the last step, connection between counterfort to heel slab. Nothing but here we are providing. So here tension transferred you have to find out. So that is equal to, here you are considering the pressure on the slip, but here you are considering the net downward pressure into L minus T. So you will find the factor force 1.5 into 189. From this one you will get the reinforcement required for the 1 meter height. So after finding this one, so spacing minimum you are providing in the 10 mm diameter, spacing you are finding 2 into small AST by capital AST into 1000. In this one we already discussed. Actually normal for the heel slab we are providing the reinforcement at the bottom side only, but here if you want to provide the top side, you have to connect it with the stem part also. Here we are providing the two legged, so 2 into small AST by capital AST into 1000. So 10 mm diameter, 200 mm center to center spacing. So this is the reinforcement details.